Good morning, girls. So, we are starting with proteins and their biochemical role. Okay. So, in previous lecture, we have seen various reactions of amino acids. Okay. Or in another language, chemical properties of amino acids. In that, we have seen first Nein-Hydrin reaction. After that, we have seen FDNB method, that is reaction of amino acid with 1-fluoro 2,4-dinitrobenzene. Okay. After that, we have seen reactions with phenyl isothiocyanate, that is PITC method. Nextly, we have seen last reaction of that lecture, reaction with Dancel chloride. From today's lecture, we are going to start with reaction with formaldehyde. Okay. In that first, so formaldehyde, this is the classical method of this is classical ingredient in aldehyde category. So our amino acid reacts with 2 moles of formaldehyde to give N dash dihydroxymethyl derivative. See the changes whatever happen in this reaction. So what will happen, that NH2 group of amino acid, that is amino group of amino acid, okay, in that 2 hydrogens are present previously, okay, NH2. From that 2 hydrogens get replaced with the help of CH2OH, okay, twice, that is alcohol, right. So we are getting over here N dash dihydroxy because it contains 2 hydroxyl groups, dihydroxy methyl derivative, CH2, that is methyl derivative. Okay, this is the reaction of amino acid with formaldehyde. So next, reaction of carboxyl group. In that, first reaction is with amide formation, second is decarboxylation, and third one is ester formation. Okay, we'll see first amide formation, reaction of carboxyl groups. Okay, we know that in our amino acid there is presence of one amino group and another side there is presence of one carboxylic acid functional group. Both these functional groups are very essential, okay, or these two essential functional groups impart its characteristics to amino acids, right. So amide formation, how it will be occurred, see, carboxyl group of alpha amino acid reacts with ammonia to form amide. See, कार्बॉक्सिल ग्रुप जे आहेत तुमच्या अमायनो ॲसिडमध्ये अल्फा अमिनो ॲसिडमध्ये स्पेसिफिकली ते अमोनियासोबत रिॲक्ट करतो आपण. ओके, what will happen afterwards, we are getting amides over there. The carboxyl group of aspartic acid and glutamic acid reacts with ammonia to form aspargine and glutamine respectively. See, they have given over here one reaction, aspartic acid. Okay, here the side chain is CH2COOH, okay, R group. Okay, so it will react with ammonia, NH4 plus. What we are getting over here, aspargine. How? See, our aspartic acid is having two groups. One is amino, another is carboxylic acid. Out of these two groups, carboxylic acid functional group reacts with ammonia to form aspargine. See, the COOH will react with your amino group or ammonia. Okay, see, these are the changes happen in your reaction. Okay, what happened? This carboxylic acid functional group of aspartic acid, left hand sided group, okay, from that OH getting replaced with the help of amino group, that is NH2. Okay, this NH2 came from NH4, that is your ammonia, reacting ammonia, and you are getting over here product asparagine. Okay, next reaction is decarboxylation. Decarboxylation means what? There is a removal of carbon dioxide. Okay, decarboxylation. When an amino acid is treated with barium hydroxide, BaOH twice, and it is heated, it loses carbon dioxide and forms amine. Okay, this is the simple reaction. What happened? Whenever any alpha amino acid will react with barium hydroxide, we are getting over there liberation of carbon dioxide with the help of amine. Okay, formation of amine. See, here they have given one example, alanine. Alanine is having side chain or R group as a methyl group. Okay, so CH3CH NH2COH, this is the structure of alanine. This reacts with barium hydroxide in heating condition, okay, or in increased temperature. What happen over there? There is replacement of COOH. Okay, so basically what will happen over there? Simple chain reaction will be happened. Okay, CH3, CH2 and H2, that is ethyl amine. Okay, there will be formation of ethyl amine as a main product with the and along with that carbon dioxide will get liberated over there. This is called as decarboxylation reaction. Okay, next reaction is ester formation reaction. This is also a reaction came under carboxyl functional group or carboxyl functional group. Okay, so when an amino acid is treated with ethanol or alcoholic functional groups, right? So what we are obtaining over there? Ester form. Okay, so the carboxyl group of an amino acid reacts with hydroxyl group of alcohol to form an ester. Okay, because this is basic idea, that is when acid will react with alcohol, we are getting over the ester, that is R C double bond O R dash. Okay, so here they have given one example, R CH NH2 COOH plus ethanol, any one alcoholic reagent, that is ethanol, we are getting over there ester formation reaction. What will happen? That COOH, out of that COOH, one hydroxyl, out of that hydroxyl group, one hydrogen will get replaced with the help of CH2 CH3 from ethanol. Okay, and there is formation of one water molecule as a byproduct. This is ester formation reaction. So these are the three reactions came under reactions of carboxyl group. So see, first is amide formation. This reaction is this reaction will be completed with the help of ammonia. Second, decarboxylation. Here we require barium hydroxide. And third reaction, ester formation reaction. So here we require ethanol. Okay, so these are the three reactions which came under carboxylic acid reactions. Okay, so carboxylic acid functional group reactions. So next reaction is reactions of R group. See, I have told you previously what is meant by R group. R is the any side chain. Okay, or by changing that R group from your general structure of amino acid, you are getting over the analogues of amino acid, different analogues of amino acids. Okay, so we'll see one by one reactions of R group. Okay, just wait. Okay, so we'll see one by one reactions of R group. First is xanthoprotic reaction. Second one, Melan's test. Third one, glyoxylic acid test. Fourth, Sakaguchi test or reaction. Fifth, nitroprusside test. See, these these 5 reactions came under reactions of R group. This is very important. All the chemical reactions of amino acids are having very much importance in your syllabus, because in model answer paper they have given emphasis on these reactions. Okay, so pay your attention over here. First, xanthoprotic reaction, this taste is shown by aromatic amino acids only. Okay, the amino acids which are having aromaticity or benzene ring or aromatic structure in it as a R group. Okay, amino acids are treated with concentrated HNO3 and the reaction mixture is heated. What will happen after that? The yellow coloration on treatment with sodium hydroxide changes to deep orange color. This is due to the nitration of the aromatic amino acid. Tyrosine, phenylalanine and tryptophan shows this taste positive. Okay. So see what they have given over here in xanthoprotic test. This test is basically used for aromatic compounds only, or the amino acids with aromatic side chain. Okay. So example of it are tyrosine, phenylalanine and tryptophan. What will happen? What we need to do over there in this reaction? So our amino acids are treated with HNO3 solution, okay, and this solution will be heated. There is formation of a yellow color after heating our amino acid with HNO3 reagent, okay. So on treatment with sodium hydroxide or in that yellow colored reaction, what we can say solution, we are adding over there sodium hydroxide. So that yellow color will changes to deep orange coloration. This is the end point of your reaction. Okay. And what is the cause of this deep orange coloration of your reaction mixture is there is nitration of aromatic amino acid. See, nitration means what? Addition of NO2 over there, nitration. Okay, that's why the color changes are yellow to deep orange. Okay, so this is xanthoprotic reaction. Next is Melan's test. The hydroxybenzyl radical of the amino acid reacts with mercuric sulfate to give a red color. Tyrosine shows this taste positive. Okay, so Melan's test. What they say? Hydroxybenzyl radical. Hydroxybenzyl radical means what? Hydroxy, OH minus, benzyl. Benzyl means what? C6H5 and on that there is presence of one electron. Benzyl radical, okay, because this is radical of amino acid reacts with mercuric sulfate. Okay, mercuric sulfate sobat react झाल्यानंतर what will happen over there? It will give this red colored reaction. Okay, so the formation of red color after treating our drug or our amino acid with mercuric sulfate, this taste is called as Melan's taste. An example of it is tyrosine. Next test is glyoxylic acid test. Here, what happened? The indole group of an amino acid, example tryptophan, reacts with glyoxylic acid in presence of concentrated H2SO4 to give a violet ring at junction of sulfuric acid and amino acid solution. Okay. Okay, we'll see Melan's test or Cole's test again. So this test is basically used for detection of tyrosine in any sample. So here they have given example, chemical reaction. Okay, Melan's test is basically for hydroxybenzyl radical. Okay, hydroxybenzyl radical of amino acid react with mercuric sulfate, that is HgNO3, to give a red colored complex. Okay, only tyrosine will show this Melan's test positive. Okay, see, this is the test. Negative test appearance as transparent in color and positive test shows brick red product or color. See, this is the chemical reaction of it. Okay, so this is the taste for glyoxylic acid. Okay, in glyoxylic acid, what will happen? The indole group of amino acid. See, indole group of amino acid, tryptophan, reacts with glyoxylic acid. Glyoxylic acid is structure COH C double bond O, glyoxylic acid, in presence of one catalyst, sulfuric acid, to give a violet ring at the junction of sulfuric acid and amino acid solution. Here they have given example reaction of tryptophan with glyoxylic acid and its purple colored product. And here at right side the figure indicates positive glyoxylic acid taste. There is presence of one violet colored what we can say, violet colored ring at junction of sulfuric acid and amino acid. This is called as a glyoxylic acid test. Next is Sakaguchi test. This test is used for detection of arginine. We'll see these tests in brief afterwards. Okay, so here guanidine group of arginine react with alpha naphthol in the presence of an alkali. Okay, which alkali is sodium hydroxide, okay, potassium hydroxide, anyone. With alpha naphthol in presence of an alkali, on addition of alkaline hypobromite solution, it gives an intense red colored complex. See, arginine जो आहे त्यातला guanidine ग्रुप जो आहे तो अल्फा नॅप्थॉल आणि अल्कली सोबत रिॲक्ट होतो. आता इथे आपण घेतलेला आहे नॅप्थॉल, ठीक आहे, आणि हा तुमच्या सोडियम हायड्रॉक्साइड सोबत रिॲक्ट होतो आणि यू आर गेटिंग ओव्हर द रेड कलर्ड प्रोडक्ट, इंटेन्स रेड कलर्ड प्रोडक्ट, ठीक है, along with NaOH, 2 moles of water and NaBr, sodium bromide, right? So here they have given positive test for arginine or Sakaguchi test. Next is ninhydrin test. So ninhydrin test, they have given 1 ml solution of protein or amino acid or carbohydrate. Okay, what we need to add into that solution of amino acid? Ninhydrin reagent, 2 to 3 drops. Okay, after that mix it and heat it. Okay, so dark purple color is formed on heating. Okay, this is positive result, or proteins or amino acids, and this is taste of ninhydrin. ठीक है. Biuret test. How we are going to carry out this test? Protein solution plus sodium hydroxide plus copper sulfate solution, we are getting violet color. Okay, if we are getting violet color, then proteins are present. This test is positive for dipeptide bonds. Sakaguchi test, as we have seen this. Okay, what will happen in this? Sakaguchi test is specific for free arginine or proteins containing arginine. Only for arginine. Okay, in that Sakaguchi's test is positive for amino acid containing guanidine group. This is very important sentence. Okay, guanidine group present in amino acid reacts with alpha naphthol and alkaline hypobromide to give red colored complex. Okay, this is the test. So last test is nitroprusside test. Okay, so principle of your nitroprusside test, it is specific for amino acids or proteins containing sulfur, that is dash SH, in cysteine and cysteine, ठीक है, दोघांच्या मध्ये पण सल्फर प्रेझेंट असतो. ओके, विच गिव्स रेड पर्पल कलर कॉल्ड मॉर्नर टेस्ट. ओके, आता नायट्रोप्रुसाइड टेस्टचे सिनोनिम काय आहे? मॉर्नर्स टेस्ट. बघा काय आहे रिॲक्शन, ह्याच्यामध्ये काय दिलेलं आहे? Na2CN5 FeNO twice H2O. This is called as nitroprusside plus cysteine SH CH2CH NH3 plus COO minus. ठीक है. So nitroprusside along with cysteine will be reacted with each other. Okay. What will happen? There is presence of red colored complex. Okay. Procedure: 1 ml to 1 ml of protein solution containing cysteine or cysteine in a test tube. Add 3 drops of 5% solution of sodium nitroprusside. What will happen? Mix well and add few drops of ammonia solution. A deep red purple color appears, called as Marner's test. This is called as nitroprusside's test. Melan's test, we have seen this test. Okay. So these are the tests which came under chemical reactions or chemical properties of amino acids. Of your chapter is covalent interaction. Okay, in that peptide bond formation and disulfide bond formations. Okay, so amino acids in proteins are joined together by peptide bond. The alpha carboxyl and alpha amino group of different amino acids condensed together to form peptide bond. During this reaction, water molecule is removed. See, they have given two amino acids parallelly. Okay, out of that, alpha carboxyl and alpha amino acid group of both these amino acid will get condensed together to form this C double bond O and H reaction. Okay. And there is formation of linkage or peptide bond in between two amino acid. Next is formation of disulfide bond. Disulfide bonds are formed by covalent interaction of sulfhydryl, that is dash SH group of two cysteine residues of polypeptide. How it is formed? Dash SH and dash SH. Okay. Sulfhydryl group. These are sulfhydryl groups of cysteine. Right. And after that, what will happen over there? Oxidation to form a polypeptide linkage. Okay. The disulfide bonds formed may be interchain or intrachain. ठीक है, interchain असू शकतात or else intrachain within the molecule. Second reaction is non-covalent reaction. In addition to covalent bonds, there are also non-covalent bonds like hydrogen bonds, hydrophobic bonds and ionic bonds. These are required for the building up of protein structure. Okay. Non-covalent bond का important असतात. तर बघा, कोवॅलंट बॉन्डनी काय प्रिपेअर होत आहे? तुम्हाला पेप्टाइड बॉन्ड फॉर्म होतात आणि डायसल्फाइड बॉन्ड फॉर्म होत आहे तुमच्या कशामध्ये? तुमच्या अमायनो ॲसिड्समध्ये. राईट. सो आता आपल्याला नॉन कोवॅलंट इंटरॅक्शन्स पाहायचे आहेत. ओके. सो नॉन कोवॅलंट बॉन्ड कोणकोणते असणार आहेत? मग हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड्स आहेत. ठीक आहे. अगेन हायड्रोफॉबिक बॉन्ड्स आहेत आणि आयोनिक बॉन्ड्स. ठीक आहे. यांच्यासारखे असतात हे. दीज आर रिक्वायर्ड फॉर बिल्डिंग अप ऑफ प्रोटीन स्ट्रक्चर. आता हे कशासाठी इम्पॉर्टंट असतात? जसं अमायनो ॲसिडची चेन प्रिपेअर होण्यासाठी पेप्टाइड लिंकेज इज इम्पॉर्टंट. सेम as that of peptide linkage, we require non-covalent interaction also to build up a protein structure. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये कोणकोणते बॉन्ड्स दिलेले आहेत? तर फर्स्ट दिलेला आहे हायड्रोजन, सेकंड आहे आयोनिक बॉन्ड अँड थर्ड आहे हायड्रोफोबिक बॉन्ड. विल सी these bonds one by one. So first is hydrogen bonds. The oxygen atom of carbonyl, hydroxyl and carboxyl group forms weak electrostatic bond with hydrogen atom of an amide or amino group. Okay. बघा इथे खाली एक रिॲक्शन दिलेलंच आहे. हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड कसे फॉर्म होतात? बघा, द ऑक्सिजन ॲटम ऑफ कार्बोनिल कार्बोनिल म्हणजे काय, सी डबल बॉन्ड ओ. हायड्रॉक्सिल म्हणजे OH अँड कार्बॉक्सिल ग्रुप दॅट इज COOH. ठीक आहे. फॉर्म्स वीक इलेक्ट्रोस्टॅटिक बॉन्ड विथ हायड्रोजन. ह्या सगळ्यांमधले म्हणजे कार्बोनिल कार्बन असेल किंवा हायड्रॉक्सिल असेल किंवा कार्बॉक्सिल ग्रुप्स असतील, त्याच्यामधला ऑक्सिजन जो आहे हा तुमच्या हायड्रोजनसोबत वीक इलेक्ट्रोस्टॅटिक बॉन्डनी काय होतो, टाय होतो. ठीक आहे. अँड विथ द हायड्रोजन ॲटम ऑफ एन अमाइड और अमायनो ग्रुप. Even a carbonyl oxygen and an amide hydrogen forms a hydrogen bond. ठीक आहे. म्हणजे बघा कार्बोनिल म्हणजे काय, सी डबल बॉन्ड ओ. ओके. अँड अमाइड हायड्रोजन म्हणजे कोणता, CONH. NH मधला अमाइड हायड्रोजन फॉर्म्स हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड. काय होतं आहे ह्या दोघांमध्ये पण सी. In this reaction they have given hydrogen bond formation होते. The amino acid which has polar side chain forms a hydrogen bond. ज्या अमायनो ॲसिड्समध्ये पोलार साईड चेन आहे जसं की हायड्रॉक्सिल ग्रुप, हायड्रोजन, NH3 लाईकवाईज सॉरी, त्यांच्यामध्ये काय होणार आहे, हायड्रोजन बॉन्ड फॉर्म होतो. एक्झाम्पल सेरीन, थ्रिओनिन, लायसिन, हिस्टिडीन, अर्जिनिन एक्सेट्रा. नेक्स्ट इज आयोनिक बॉन्ड फॉर्मेशन. आता आयोनिक बॉन्ड कधी फॉर्म होतात, अमायनो ॲसिड्स विच हॅव अन आयोनिक साईड चेन फॉर्म्स आयोनिक बॉन्ड्स. एक्झाम्पल ॲस्पार्टेट, लायसिन, हिस्टिडीन, ग्लुटामेट. सी आयोनिक बॉन्ड्स. अमायनो ॲसिड्स विच हॅव अन आयोनिक साईड चेन फॉर्म्स आयोनिक बॉन्ड. जे अमायनो ॲसिडमध्ये आयोनिक साईड चेन प्रेझेंट आहेत तेच फक्त आयोनिक बॉन्ड क्रिएट करू शकतात, प्रोड्यूस्ड करू शकतात. ओके. मग आता आयोनिक बॉन्ड कोणाकोणामध्ये आहे त्यांनी दाखवलेलं आहे, हिस्टेडिनमध्ये आणि ग्लुटामेटमध्ये सुद्धा. लास्ट एक्झाम्पल फ्रॉम नॉन कोव्हॅलंट बॉन्ड इज हायड्रोफोबिक बॉन्ड्स. ठीक आहे. हायड्रोफोबिक, वॉटर हेटिंग, that is amino acids which have non-polar side chain are responsible for this interaction. ठीक आहे. म्हणजे असे अमायनो ॲसिड्स ज्यांच्यामध्ये नॉन पोलार साईड चेन प्रेझेंट आहे. ठीक आहे. मग ही जी नॉन पोलार साईड चेन प्रेझेंट आहे तीच ही रिॲक्शन होण्यासाठी रिस्पॉन्सिबल असते. ठीक आहे. हायड्रोफोबिक इंटरॅक्शनसाठी. द नॉन पोलार अमिनो ॲसिड्स कम क्लोज टू ईच अदर अँड फॉर्म अ बॉन्ड. नॉन पोलर आहेत, वॉटर हेटिंग अमिनो ॲसिड्स आहेत, मग दे केम टुगेदर टू फॉर्म अ बॉन्ड. दिस इंटरॅक्शन टेक्स प्लेस इन इनर रिजन्स ऑफ प्रोटीन. ओके. आता ह्या ज्या आहेत म्हणजे हायड्रोफोबिक बॉन्ड क्रिएट होण्याच्या ज्या रिॲक्शन्स आहेत हे इनर रिजन्समध्ये होत असतात प्रोटीन्सच्या. ठीक आहे. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट रिॲक्शन्स, बॉन्डिंग. ओके. नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ प्रोटीन्स. Okay, so classification of protein depending upon chemical nature. Proteins are broadly classified as simple protein and conjugated proteins. Okay. आता हे जे आहे हे कशावरून पडलेलं आहे तर केमिकल नेचर वरून मिळालेलं आहे हे क्लासिफिकेशन. ठीक आहे. सो आता आपण सिम्पल प्रोटीन्सचे टाइप्स पाहू. सिम्पल प्रोटीन अगेन डिवाइडेड इनटू 5 to 6 टाइप्स. ठीक है. फर्स्ट इज प्रोटामाइन्स, अनदर वन इज हिस्टोन्स, नेक्स्ट इज अल्ब्यूमिन एंड ग्लोबुलिन्स, फोर्थ वन epidermal proteins, fifth one scleroproteins. These are the 5 classification system of simple proteins. These are the 5 classes. Next is conjugated protein. Okay. And conjugated protein, it contains 7 types. Out of that, first nucleoproteins, second chromoproteins, third phosphoproteins, fourth glycoproteins, fifth lipoproteins, and sixth metalloproteins. Okay, we'll see one by one all these classification systems in next lecture. Okay.